Susan, please stop crying. Please. You know I could never handle it when you're upset. Just tell me what you know. That's all I'm asking for, Susan. It's time for honesty. This can't go on.
You'll never forgive me. I've never learned to forgive myself. You thought I was such a nice person, but I'm not. I don't deserve you and the boys. I've let you all down. I've let myself down. I don't think there's any coming back from this now.
I can't promise you anything, Susan, but I still love you enough not to want to see you hurting like this. Just tell me. Tell me, and we can move on from there, but I need to know.
When I got with your dad, I was a young teenager, in love with life and flattered by an older man's attention. I really can't swear that I loved your dad. I really don't think I did, because it wasn't until I fell in love with you when I was carrying Daniel that I realised what real love felt like. You gave me butterflies whenever you walked in the room.
Keep going.
After Philip and I got together, it went downhill. I was trapped and bored. He was a really nice man, but he was so bloody quiet and boring. We had nothing in common, and I realised that I'd just been infatuated with him. You were at university, remember? I didn't even have you in the house to shine some light on the dark monotony. I wanted to dance and live life to the full. I knew what I'd done. I'd imprisoned myself, and Philip became my jailer. But he was so good to me. I just stuck around. I felt he needed me more than I needed him. And that's how...
Yeah?
That's how I met Mark Broughton.
So you had a fling behind Dad's back then?
No, it wasn't really like that. My mates on a girls' night out, and he asked me to dance, and it started from there. Just a bit of fun. Philip didn't mind me going out with the girls. God help him, he trusted me. Every time we had our girls' night out on a Friday, he'd be there, following us around and flirting with me and coming on to me.
Just flirting? Or was there more, Susan?
In the beginning, it was just fun. I was flattered because he was so close to my age and a bit of a rogue, but all the girls loved him. Your dad was never a passionate man, and...
Susan, I don't need to hear that.
But you do, or it won't make sense. Philip had no sex drive, and one night, God help me, I ended up in the back of Mark's car after a night out. I was drunk and all over the place. And before I knew it, we were having sex. And...
Oh, Susan!
No, I know, David. It was the biggest regret of my life. God, within a month I was pregnant.
What?
With Daniel. I knew it couldn't possibly be your dad's.
For Christ's sake, Susan. Do I even know you at all?
Believe me, David, you can't think any less of me than I do of myself. Mark didn't want to know when I told him. So the safest thing for me to do was pretend the pregnancy was because of Philip. He changed almost immediately, your dad. He became loving and tender, almost like I'd done something wonderful for him. And we were happy for a while, and I thought I could put everything behind me.
By lying, Susan. Lies. Did you talk bloody lies?
All of my lies have been to protect Daniel. I never wanted any of this. The only thing I ever wanted in my life was you. And I realised that the moment we got together, you were what I'd been looking for. And God, we were happy. You took on the baby, even though you believed it to be your dad's. No man has ever been that kind to me in my life. I knew we were forever.
And you think that this won't change everything?
I know it will, but...
Well, so where did the trust fund fit into all this?
One day, shortly after we got together, Mark paid me a visit. I told one of my friends I was going to surprise you with the trust fund, and one of the big mouths told Mark about how we were set for life. He demanded the entire trust fund, or he would tell you who the baby's father really was. I knew then that I would lose you forever. We'd already stabbed your dad in the back, and I was frightened you would see me as something evil or call me a whore for one drunken mistake.
Blackmail? Oh, Susan, what have you done?
Oh, David, I loved you so much, and I didn't want to lose you.
I don't know how I can live with all this, Susan. Hang on. How did you get me to sign over the money?
You were always so busy rushing in and out to work. Did you remember the first house we rented and you had to sign the lease and the credit forms for the new furniture? The deed of gift was amongst them, and you just signed where I asked you to. You were always so trusting. I can't forgive myself for taking advantage of that. It's the only time in all these years that I have done that to you.
Yeah, but what a way to do it, eh? 2 million gone in the stroke of a pen.
Do you think we can get past this? David, I'm serious. I can't live without you.
What do we do? Tell me what we do now. What do we tell Daniel? Come on, tell me. He rocked his world finding out that I was his brother and not his father. What's he going to do when he realises that some stranger is his dad? This means that Daniel is no relation to me whatsoever. He's been a cuckoo in my nest all the time. And in the space of 3 weeks, the poor lad is on his third father. First it was me, then Philip, and now Broughton. It's just a disgusting thing to do to him.
Please, don't say it like that.
I love the lad, Susan. I really do. And I don't want to be complicit in any more of your lies. I don't see how we can tell him this. I don't think he could cope.
What do we do?
Susan, I don't know. But he must never find out. And that means keeping what we know to ourselves. It sickens me that Broughton has gotten away with all my money. Maybe I should call the police.
If you do that, Daniel will find out.
I'm going now, Susan. I don't know how to deal with all this. So I need a drink and a good, long soul searching. But I tell you this, boys must now come first. So leave it to me for now.
Have you sorted things out, Mum?
I don't know, son. I think your dad and I have finished.
His brother, you mean, Mum?
Whatever.
Look, Daniel, it matters that we get things right now. This whole business has been so confusing. And I know I make light of things, but I understand what you must be feeling. I'm not completely insensitive.
You're a good lad, Callum. Daniel knows that, and so do your dad and I. But Daniel, whatever happens, David has always been a father to you. And I want you to remember that. He couldn't have done more for you if he'd been your real father. Please don't punish him for my mistakes. I've got to go, lads. It's been a long day.
Okay, Mum. Well, we'll call you tomorrow.
Yeah, good night, Mum. Remember, if you need us, we are here. Right, Callum?
Always, dog breath.
By the way, Callum, what was it you were going to tell me about Dima when Daniel was in hospital and we didn't know how bad he was? You said I needed to know something in case Daniel was badly hurt.
Callum?